In 2024 there has been a lot of fantastic new golf clubs out on the range from all brands across the board. A lot of good drivers, a lot of good driving irons, a lot of fantastic new irons, but there is one that stands out for me above the rest. It's the biggest surprise that I've had all year from a certain brand that again has gone under the radar, has fell off the face of the golfing world for quite a while, but has made a comeback, and it's certainly right up there with the best club that I've tested all year. And on the channel you will see over the coming weeks there's going to be a lot of clubs coming out in the best of the category. So we're using mid-handicap Dave to again give his opinion. What was the best club he tested? What would he obviously look to move into next year? And some of those will already be on the channel. But for me, this category we are talking about today is the driving iron category, and it's a category that often gets overlooked. But for me, at this part of your golf bag, you should be thinking, if you're struggling with your driver, if you don't always get on with your 3-wood, you want a golf club at the top end of your bag. If you are struggling, if you've lost your confidence, that you can stand on a tee and feel like you can't miss the fairway. And for me, this golf club right here certainly did that. And again, ever so easy to launch, ever so easy to feel confident behind a golf ball, but it's not what you expect. And guys, welcome to this YouTube channel, and if you are new to the channel then please do consider hitting that subscribe button below and helping us on that journey to 50,000. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, thank you, welcome back, and I hope you're enjoying the content. And guys, if you put a like on this video, it really does help the channel out. But let's talk about what is this golf club. And again, there is a lot of you behind the screen, but yes, Chris, you haven't told us what club that is. So this is the McGregor Vmax Speed, and you'll see a 4-iron utility. And for me, when you're thinking the top end of your golf bag, you have to have clubs that you are confident in, because yes, from time to time we all struggle with confidence with the driver. We know that from tour level down to your beginner golfer, it's not always the favourite club in your bag. And I know for years I did struggle. Only a couple of years ago I was using a mini driver because I didn't have the confidence, but the mini driver got me back hitting fairways, felt like I was in a better place, and then I got a driver back into the bag this year. But for me, a driving iron is a club that you need in your golf bag to, again, just have some versatility. There's a lot out there, and it's not just one of those 2 irons that's going to go low, run miles, and it's not really versatile. You can see here a graphite shaft in this club, and again, a fantastic launch there off a tee. This is a 4-iron, and this is something that for me ticks a box with yardage, but it also can be used off tee boxes just like this. The par 5 here at Lindrick on the 4th hole, driver puts you in trouble, but that 4-iron is something that I can go to and then plot my way down this hole. And again, this is a part of your golf bag where you might have a 7-wood, you might have a 5-wood, you might have a 4-wood. There's plenty of options at the top end of this golf bag. You can see here I have a 5-wood and a 7-wood already in there, but this club certainly one that has impressed. And when we think versatility, then this is a place where we also want to be able to hit this club. So how many of you have put maybe driving irons in there, you think, okay, they're good off a tee when I'm able to tee them up, but you get scared, you really don't have much confidence when you get them off the fairway. And this for me is where this club, a little bit bigger behind the golf ball, very similar to something like the U505 from Titleist, the bigger headed ones, even Ping's crossovers of previous generations. But again, that graphite shaft in there helps it, for me, still get launched when you need it. And just like that, another high towering draw down this par 5, giving me a chance to just be able to hit a pitching wedge in there. I've not had to hit my driver even in winter conditions. Great interaction with the turf, a nice ball flight, but where else is it good? Another place where this is good is for your pocket. So obviously this driving iron comes in at $69.99, so fantastic value. Again, something that mid-handicap Dave would certainly love, but performance-wise, performed right up there with the driving irons that are going to set you back more than £300. And that's exactly what you need to consider. Obviously, what is your budget? Are you looking for a club to put in that maybe doesn't sit in your bag all the time, but it might be something that you add in and out? And for £69, I can guarantee it'll probably end up staying in there. But for me, obviously, like we said there, it's good off the tee to hit a high shot. There's no wind out here today. It's good off the fairway. What happens if we want to play that down? And like we mentioned earlier in this video, driving irons often strike fear into you. Because they're called driving irons, you expect them to go low, you expect them to be powerful, you need a lot of speed. But by changing the setup in these clubs, so trying to put a graphite shaft in there, something that might help you get that little bit of launch, could make these the perfect golf club in your bag. Of previous years, if you said driving iron, a lot of you behind the screen would be thinking, well, I'm a mid-handicap golfer, I'm a high-handicap golfer, they are not suited for me. But now what you can do in regards to shafts and what the technology does for you, these could be something that you put in. If you prefer the look of an iron behind the golf ball over a hybrid, then that's something certainly to consider. And if you think maybe, I don't want a 9 wood, I don't want a 7 wood, but I do like the look of those irons, we can certainly look at putting these in. And like I say, all coming at different price points. There's plenty on the market now. You think this McGregor, $69.99. You'll find other direct-to-consumer brands like Tacoma will be more affordable, and then we'll have the premium brands, which again, we know there's a lot more potential technology in there. There's a lot more marketing that goes into those, and they're right up at those premium prices. But as we know, they're certainly going to give you the performance. But on a hole like this, where again, it's a little bit into the breeze now, if there is any breeze, but can I play this as a lower ball flight? And for me, that comes down to your setup. Can you produce the right characteristics to play that lower ball flight? Yes, this club is encouraged to maybe help you up and also with the shaft, but you might need it to go low. You might go, okay, I just want to play a controlled one of these, get this launching lower. And you'll see again, we can play those ball flights, we can change that. That's around about a third of the flight, still a great strike, good interaction with the ground, and this is where this club for me ticks a lot of boxes. And it was one of the biggest shocks of the year. Again, for me, there are plenty of good options out here, but if you're looking at a certain price point, and what was the biggest shock for me, and even getting this out now, I found this in the spare bedroom a couple of days ago, and I thought that was probably the best club that I've tested all year, or the biggest shock. One holdback, obviously, with these clubs is, unfortunately, it does at the moment only come in a regular shaft. I don't know if they've changed that on the website since this club was brought out, because for me, that's a regular shaft. I can still get great performance out of there, but maybe it's not the perfect shaft for me. Could I get even better performance from a stiff shaft? That's something certainly for you to consider. But guys, what was your favorite club of the year? What's the best purchase you've had? And hopefully you're enjoying this content, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button to help the channel out.